Rise of Kingdoms PC version is already out and we have a chance to test the beta, and I want to give you some pros and cons about it, and also want to give you a comparison between the Rise of Kingdom app, the PC version app, versus the Bluestacks 5, which is probably one of the most used app or emulator for Rise of Kingdoms, and see which one is better and what are the things to consider, everything there is to know so far after a day of testing of this Rise of Kingdom PC app. Hello everyone and welcome back to our Rise of Kingdom video. I'm Legend Ronnie, and today we are going to a series of tests to see which app is better, or at least to give you an idea and also give you something to consider about it when you want to try the Rise of Kingdom app. I do have to say that it's very important to understand that the Rise of Kingdom app right now, it is on the beta. So there is a couple of things that is still not working. There is many things that are needed to be considered. For example, the chat is very buggy and the chat is very laggy. But when the app was released, they did announce and they did say that is going to be released when it's going to be the official version of this PC app, so we can play Rise of Kingdoms. So the chat is a work in progress, don't worry about it. Now, a couple of things that I do have to consider is the graphics are stunning. That's the reason I'm doing right now this comparison. That's why I have my account, which is displayed on Bluestacks and is also displayed on the PC app from the Rise of Kingdoms, and you're probably noticing already the difference. I'm also going to show you how it's going to look when there is battlefield, so you can also understand that point of view. So let's go right there. Something that I do have to mention is that you can zoom in and zoom out by just using your mouse scroll, and you're noticing just hovering around the map how smooth and how easy it is, how nice it is. It loads very fast, it goes very quick, and it also looks really good. Now, if I go out on Bluestacks and I do the same thing, it's probably not as smooth as the Rise of Kingdom app is, because I feel it when I move it. I feel that is a delay, it's like something is holding the app back. But I'm also running the Bluestacks on low memory, so this is something that needs to be considered. So let's go somewhere where is the battlefield right now, where is some action going on, and let's see how that is going to look. So the moment I zoomed in, the Bluestacks already went on simplified graphics, and now it is time for the Rise of Kingdom app or the ROK app to zoom in, and it already switched on simplified graphics. You'll probably notice on the right up corner, because that is why it's also on the screen, just so you can see it is on very high. My processing power is 100%, so the consumption of the processor on both apps is very high. So this is also something that you want to consider and you want to keep in mind, because it takes a lot of processing power. And I'm also recording, so my poor OBS, I'm not sure what kind of resources he has left, so I'm 100% that the processor is on turbo right now. But you already see the difference, right? You already see the Bluestacks app, that it doesn't show all the icons, it doesn't show everyone. The names are also not as smooth. So if I click on the settings, just so you can see on what settings I'm running on the Bluestacks, the frame rate is on medium and the graphic quality is on high. Also the Bluestacks is set on low memory, because if I do anything else, I cannot run Bluestacks, it doesn't work. Now my PC specs are very high. It's an i7 processor, 9th generation with 32GB of RAM, and I have a 2060 NVIDIA. So the specs are super good, especially for a mobile game, I would guess. I can pretty much play any game I want on my PC. High-end games, PC games that they have no problem about running. But running 2 accounts on emulators is getting my CPU to 100%. So definitely you can pretty much run one at a time. That's what I would strongly recommend. Now, another thing about the ROK app is you can't do the verification reward. So as long as that verification is keep going on over there, there's nothing I can do to it. I cannot change anything about it because I have to log in on my phone to be able to do the verification. It's probably something they'll fix in the future. Now, something that I have noticed about the ROK app, and this is a part that you want to consider. So you're probably noticing how smooth the battle is going right now on the Bluestack, or at least it looks that people are moving. There is a delay, and the delay is going bigger and bigger as the fight is going on the ROK app. So I noticed that because I streamed on Discord. I was on the Rise of Kingdom official Discord. I streamed there for about 3 hours, and we noticed that there is a huge delay. Some players were telling me that there is a rally hitting and then there is a counter rally hitting the rally, and why am I not seeing it? So there is a huge delay. Now, probably because my CPU is at 100%, probably that might be the cause right now why is all this happening. But the point is, if you're going to fight and you're using the ROK app and you're having a 1 minute delay, you'll get your marchers smashed and you won't even know what's happening. Now let's see if I move away one of the accounts, and that should reduce the processing power. You already see the processing power dropping, so let's see if that is going to improve the ROK app. You might be thinking that, well, if you're running 2 apps, that's pretty big. So now is a lot more CPU power allocated to the ROK app, and I would say that is pretty much the same lag. The only nice thing about the ROK app is the quality so far. So the quality and the smoothness of the app is insane. The only thing they need to work on is the stream of information. So the stream of information is creating delay. This is the same thing that I had with the Samsung 9 when I was trying to play on my phone when we were doing altars, back in the days when altars were a pain because of the lag of the amount of people that were actually there. Now if I try to take off the simplify graphic, let's see if that is going to increase the CPU power, or the CPU utility is definitely not changing much, to be very honest. So I'm not sure what the simplify graphic is doing. The CPU is at the same percentages, which means that it's still a lot of CPU power being used. Now it's going higher. Bluestack is also going higher for some reason. Now let's see if I completely disconnect the Bluestack. We take the Bluestack out of the picture and we just leave the ROK app. So we give as much power as possible to the ROK app. I also took out the simplify graphics, and you can see that is pretty smooth. Now the problem is, and this is where the delays come in, I'll show you if I zoom out and I try to switch the direction. So now you can realize that what I was talking about, the delay, the stream of information. If I keep the image here for about a minute, everything is going to load. Now the stream is overloaded right now because of all the battling information that is happening right there, and I'm not even part of the battle. I'm just trying to watch this and it's not loading. But if I move the image back to the action, is immediately going to go back to the action. Now this is a little bit of an issue, which I hope they will fix it in the future. And this is what I was trying to point out. If you want to use the ROK app, if you want to play Osiris League, Ark of Osiris, if you want to play Champions of Olympia or any kind of other events, you might want to have another device at hand with you, because this is something that might happen, is finally loading up. So the cities are finally loading up. So that is the delay that is happening. It means that when you are fighting, if you would have been there fighting and using the ROK app, you would have had this delay. You would have given a command and it would have taken you a minute to actually see what was happening to that command, while the Bluestack is still much more smoother for fighting, or your device, your iPad, or whichever you're using to fight. But once this thing is going to be fixed, the stream of information between the server and this app, then this is going to be the next best thing. So far, like I was mentioning, the graphics is super stunning. And if I zoom in and, for example, you press Alt and Enter, you can full screen the app. And this is where exactly you see the beauty of this. And if I go back to the battle, or where the battle was, you can see is very, very clear and mint quality. And you press Alt Enter and you zoom it back out. And this is the only issue, and probably one of the most important issue, if we want to put it like that, because without being able to properly fight with the app, that's a super big issue, right? One more thing to consider: if you're in UK, it's 10% less on their shop. If you want to press to buy it, it sends you to a payment system, and it's recommending you to use the PayPal, which pretty much I think you could probably use cards as well, but again, it's 10% off. So who's paying in pounds? It's not really like 10% off, it's just, you know, 10% cheaper, which is good. So this can also tell you how laggy it is. You already noticed that I have logged in on another device and I have to do the verification, and it's still not disconnecting me from the other device, because it's still a huge stream of information, and finally it just gave me the network unstable. So it was going like this for a while. Okay, now I've done the verification, and let's see how all things is going to play out. That is still going to bother me with the verification is loading, and the verification reward is still there. So I've done the verification already, I logged in and I've done the verification, and it's still bothering me with the verification reward. So let's go ahead and let me go back and see if I really do have to do the verification again. It is the beta version, so there's a lot of things to consider about it. Now it's finally saying that I'm logged in on another device, so I'm just gonna press confirm, and I don't have to do the verification. So it finally realized that I logged in on another device and there is no need for verification. So all in all, the app is really, really good. I would give it as a beta. I mean, you do have to realize that they are testing it to make sure they fix every single bug and every single problem. I would give it an 8 out of 10. Until it's gonna reach a 10 out of 10 is gonna be a while. It's gonna take a while, because the war and battling, that's where is the most important. That's where we want the app to excel. And so far is really doing great, but the problem is the stream of information and that huge delay, and that is a big issue, which hopefully will be fixed in the future. For future wars, I will still use Bluestacks. If things gonna change on the ROK app, I will definitely do that. But streams on YouTube and any other places, I will probably do with the ROK app, because the graphics are really stunning. Compared to Bluestacks, is like just a whole different level. If I max and make the Bluestack full screen, you can pretty much tell the difference compared to what it was before, that there is a total lack of pixels in Bluestacks. I think that's the best way I can put it, is a total lack of pixels. The colors are much more alive on the Rise of Kingdom app. And here is another preview of the Rise of Kingdom app. So apparently there is delays on everything. As you see, I'm trying to buy from the shop and it takes a couple of seconds for everything to purchase. Now I'm not sure why is that. Again, there is a huge delay. So as long as they fix this delay and this stream of information, right now this is the only app that is working. You see the CPU is only at 30%, so there's plenty of power to go with on my computer, but it was still lagging when I was hitting the troops. When I was going to the courier station, it was still a delay. Everything else is super amazing. So if I show you the commanders, for example, like the quality of the commanders, and I can go on a full screen so you can see even better how this looks like. I go to the commanders, to the Saladin, you see the details and how fully of colors they are. So this is the part that is really impressing me, that is really amazed. All these newish commanders that have all this gold and all these shiny armors, they just look amazing. I mean, there's nothing to say. I mean, if you look at the fur from Trajan, for example, it looks so real. It's this part is really stunning. I'm super happy about this part. Now I hope this review is gonna cover as much as you would be interested about this app and Bluestacks and all that, and definitely wait for an update, for future updates, for live streams in the future. It's not even showing the full name. That's crazy. Yeah, so plenty of plenty of bugs right now to fix. It does show the name when I'm zooming out a little bit, but it doesn't show the name when I zoom all the way in. And if I exit the full screen, no, it still doesn't show the name. So I'm not sure what's wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure they will fix all these things in the future and make everything work better and smoother. This is just the first day of the beta, and the overall review gets an 8 out of 10. It's a plus so far. I'm really happy. I don't have to buy an iPad to see this stunning game, you know, or playing the game at this stunning high quality. So until next time, this is your boy Geroni signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you on the next one, and stay safe out there, my friends.